It is time for another costume video. In this video, we are going to be talking about the costumes worn by basically the baddies. There was a baddies group poster, and then focusing on Lanfear and this little bit of Matt, because there was just a little bit of Matt there. And when I say we, I mean myself and Pez. Pez is a costume expert. She studied costume design, worked out as a costume designer at one point in her life, and she very famously watched all of season 1 of The Wheel of Time without having read any of the books, and just using her knowledge of costume and costume design was able to understand things about characters that those of us who'd read the books were shocked at. Like, it was a lot of us going, at that point. So anyway, so we're going to be looking at these costumes. This is a conversation, this is a continuation, or that might not be the right word, of the the same conversation from our last my last costume video, because as I mentioned in that one, I reordered some of the recording just because when we were going through it, we were just using the files as they were saved on my computer, which was in alphabetical order, which is not necessarily logical. So as I mentioned in the last one, we occasionally allude to things that are in other videos because that's how conversations work. So this is not the order of the original conversation. I'm also going to mention spoilers. There are spoilers in this video through to Fires of Heaven, which is book 5 of The Wheel of Time. If you've not read that far, this is not safe for you. And there are things that we mention in this video which are very, very likely going to be present in the season that is coming in less than a week. So, please, if you've not read the book, don't let this spoil you. Just wait. The video's going to be here when the season's over. So, such a weird thing. I want people to watch this video, but I also don't want to spoil people. It's duality of man. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get into it.
Let's be nerdy with Let's Be Nerdy. Let's be nerdy with Let's Be Nerdy.
We've looked at those. That's the group. Okay, I've got better group individuals, but yeah, this is stunning. Okay.
Oh, dang. Lanfear went to Evil RS wardrobes.
Yes. I love this poster. So good. So we've got Dane, Bornholt, Maggedian, Liandrin, Lanfear, Elida, Jenny, and Padan, Fain. So I guess
Padan Fain got a new wardrobe too, it looks like.
I think it's White Cloak.
It's like blood and mud stained white cloak.
Yes, which is very appropriate to
it is, and also
his story.
Creepy AF.
Yeah.
And look, he's got a bracer on too.
He does, yes. It's his story from book 4 is like traveling to the Two Rivers with the White Cloaks and being evil and creepy. And yeah.
That's definitely evil and creepy. Yeah, he's got that going on. And also, oh my gosh, look at her cloak. Like all the flowers.
I know, we're gonna get to it. It's going to be so hard to focus on any one particular person.
I have no focus.
No, these posters are so good. It's just,
I love all the flowers. And the fact that this like garment is kind of like a transparent net sort of fabric, it means that you're seeing all these different leaves and things layered together. So it's flowers, but it also looks like weaves, which is so cool.
Yes, it's beautiful. Stunning.
Oh, I love it so much.
Yeah, so I think he's gonna be like in his Ordeef thing. That might even be a sunburst here.
It looks like it could be, or could have been.
Yeah, at some point. Yes.
Yeah.
She is bejeweled. Like, she's got more jewelry that I've seen on a lot. Like, there's whatever this is. Like, is that?
Yeah, she's got like a necklace. It's almost like I think they call it a chain of office.
Okay, yeah, that's
like,
the word. Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of that piece, but also like it also reminds me of some traditional Indian jewelry that I've seen, and I do not know enough to tell one from the other.
Right.
But
I'm wondering,
that also looks like a dagger or a fancy like buckle or some sort. Like she's almost wearing a sword belt too, so I'm not sure what the hell that is.
Now, I'm wondering, because like as you mentioned, they've been doing a really, really amazing job of dressing the actors in things that evoke the characters in things that evoke the actors' heritage. I'm wondering if there's some Persian influence in this jewelry now as well.
Oh, absolutely. Because I don't know a ton about Indian clothing, and I don't want to like pretend that I do. But one thing I do know for sure is that there's a lot of influence from Persian culture, in particular, in some Indian clothing and jewelry,
Okay.
because the people who followed, oh gosh, I'm gonna completely mess this up, Zoroastrianism, I think.
Zoroaster. Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
a lot of them,
You're
I guess,
right.
migrated from Persia to India.
You're right. You're absolutely right. That comes from Persia. Yes.
So
Completely
I
forgot
know
about
that
that.
there's some cultural links there, and then there's like some textiles and things that like you see in one culture but came from the other, and there's like specific patterns and stuff. I don't see those in this, and I don't know a ton about it. I just took a class one time.
Yes, yes. Yeah. But, yeah. The flowers, like we talked about last time, I know that at least book canon, Elida is obsessed with flowers. And like even more jewelry down here. She is like, yeah, she is decked out. And obviously the coloring of this poster is dark. I'm going to guess, although she looks very red. This is a very dark red, like a burgundy.
Yeah,
but
it's
deep.
like a very stately burgundy. It reminds me actually of I feel like we saw her in like a deep reserved red like that in what we were calling the coronation scene.
Maybe, yeah.
But then this like gold wrap and the lace and the embroidery and the applique and all these different techniques. It reminds me very much actually of the coronation outfit again, but what we saw on Morgaze.
Right.
Like that gold lace skirt piece, and then we see some pieces of that again in her Queen of Hearts. I don't know what else to call it. Her Queen of Hearts, Queen Elizabeth outfit.
Yes.
So that's a really like interesting layering here, because we see things that are Red Aja, we see things that are Elida, we see things here that are Andor, and like they're all layered together, which is perfect for her character, what we know of it.
Yes,
for the
and
show.
the thought that I've just had now, thank you, Pez, you've made my brain do things like this. This is a golden stole. She is, to become Amerlin this season. Book spoilers, obviously. Swan is very careful to not wear blue because that was where she was raised from. I don't think Elida is going to have that care. Like, I think she's going to continue to wear red.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I also love that it's like she's borrowing the Amerlin's authority and Morgaze's authority. Like, she's borrowing both of their authority, because the flowers, I don't necessarily see any overt roses in there, but like roses are a symbol of Andor, right?
Yeah. Rose crown.
That looks like
and
a rose, actually,
throne.
that one piece there.
Here?
Yeah, like not like a cultured rose, but it looks like some of the wild roses that I've seen before.
Okay.
It could be. But it could also not be. I am terrible at flowers. I kill flowers. The only flowers I have that I can keep are made of Lego.
Okay. Those ones last very well, actually.
They do, until your cat chews on them. But
yes. Yeah, but I could see her, even after she is placed on like Amerlin seat, I could see her continuing to wear. Now she might be wearing a muted red like this, but she would keep wearing red because, especially now, after what we saw in the shredding, the Reds are going to be pissed off. Understandably pissed off. Yeah.
A little bit.
So, okay. All right, let's move on to the main attraction. She's got horns on her, she's got evil horns on her shoulders.
Yeah. Well, and it's like armor, obviously. I mean, you've got the pauldron shape, but it's also very futuristic. Like the techniques that you use to make those pieces, a lot of times you're looking at stuff like that's laser cut and put together in these very interesting, very structural ways. Also, in a sense, reminds me of some of like the really architectural, sculptural pieces that we saw on the White Sitters.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then the dress is very Earth 1920s and 30s. Like, that is an Art Deco dress.
It is, you're right.
I've made that dress. Not in that color, but I have made that dress before. But when you pair it with this, like, very futuristic, almost plasticky, shiny black textile that's done in a sculptural way, that's very modern and very futuristic, but also like it looks like an open robe of the style that would have been seen in like a Tudor court, which, we're evoking with Andor quite a bit. It's
Right.
really interesting.
The other thought that I had, because I use that word when talking about Moraine, is how her piece, like whatever that leather piece is, looks reptilian. This also looks kind of reptilian to me too.
It looks very reptilian. It's totally believable as like dragon scale, which is a term I know we've used some of the time.
Yeah.
But the other thing is when you look at it like further down her body in some of the places where you're just seeing little pieces of it, it almost looks like see-through plasticky kind of material,
Yeah.
or like a see-through metal, which makes me think of sequins. So that's how
Right.
sequins, like really big sequins, old-timey sequins kind of look too. So I'm really going to be fascinated to see what this looks like in different lighting conditions.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to
Oh, I guess.
Lanfear. I know. Moving away. The thing is, it's this whole cast. It's just,
I know.
the second I'm looking at the next person, like, no, I'm obsessed with
they
you.
are doing are so good. Oh my gosh.
Yes, anytime anybody's on screen, I'm like, oh, no, you're my favorite. Oh, wait, no, the next person. No, wait, you're also my favorite.
You're all my favorite. You're all my favorite.
Like, look, it's my other favorite.
So one of the things that I love about this wrap piece, like the batik dye there that we've got going on with that one layer piece, is it looks like she's wreathed in flames. And if you've seen the shredding, at one point she was.
She was literally wreathed in flames. Yes. Yes.
But I love how it's like, it's no longer just red. It's red, it's magenta, it's purple, it's orange, it's brown, it's yellow. So it could be that she's trying to camouflage herself as a red and thinks this is subtle. Honey, it ain't.
She's like, nobody will notice I'm in red if I put like a slight little tiny bit of purple on it.
Right. But the batik type dye also makes me think of Kyrian. With the dye technique that was used there. It wasn't exactly batik, but it reminds me of that. And I'm assuming this is batik. I can't actually tell from this tiny sample. But I love that it's just multiple patterns, multiple colors, and it does make it look like the movement of flames up and down her body. I mean, she looks unhinged. Like, not as unhinged as she did during the shredding, but this is a woman who's coming apart. Her hair is loose now in ways that we've never seen it be before.
Yes.
Everything is losing some of its structure and discipline. And I think, to use a fun term, considering the weaves and threads and stuff that we use in the Wheel of Time, she's unraveling.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that was holding her together was her son, and this lady took care of that. So, like,
yes. And then she also lost her place in the world that she had fought for and won through presumably very difficult, disciplined work, even though we don't like what she was doing with her place in the world. And we also know that, she was like, Hail Satan.
Yeah.
She had lost everything that mattered to her. And so it makes sense that she's kind of fallen apart.
Yep, it does. 100%. Okay. Let's move on to, sorry, she's off to the side, so I have to zoom in quite a bit to be able to focus on her. But
that looks really shiny. Like, I can't tell if it's actually that shiny or if this is like the lighting effects here. But if it's really that shiny, what I love about it is how reminiscent it is of like carapace on a spider. Like if you think about a black widow, especially, they're like kind of shiny.
Yep. Yep, it's true. It's true.
That's
she
her
is
thing.
The spider. It is. Yeah.
And even the sheen of the velvet there on her arm. I think that's velvet. I'm making some educated guesses here.
I mean, it's my best guess too, based on what we're getting. But yeah.
It's really interesting.
She's got the black fingers again. It's just, I'm now contrasting her, like, Lanfear, flashy, fashion icon. Not that Moggy isn't, but it feels understated.
Very different
in comparison.
fashion icon.
Yeah.
Lanfear is runway fashion icon. Moggy is more like streetwear fashion icon. Yeah. She's doing
her own thing.
Yeah. Like the thing I've referred to her, like she's very risk averse, right? So she's just like, I'm going to blend in as much. Although, I mean, she's not going to blend in this. And
no.
This is
creepy. And she's got the ring. She's got the 3-finger ring.
She does have the ring. She does. You're right.
You can
Huh.
just see a hint of it
Yeah.
there.
Wow. Okay. Because I heard some people speculating as well that maybe that's why her fingers are black, because she doesn't have it, and that ring is some sort of terangrial that
It
allows you to
certainly
access
looks
something.
like she's got it.
It does look like she has it, though. Okay. And then Dane Bornhold. Now I want to go back to Padan Fain.
They definitely both have like the white stripe with the alternate thing. What's interesting is when you look at Dane versus Padan Fain, I think Padan Fain has some solid color in there.
Right.
Like it's almost like a red or a brown. Yeah, some of
Yeah.
those stripes. Whereas
He's definitely stained. You're right. Okay.
yeah, I mean, Dane isn't looking so hot either. Look at his shoulder. It's definitely, not as clean and crisp as it was, certainly when we first encountered him. But
Yeah.
I feel like they've got like the color, the color of old blood. That's what the color on Padan Fain reminds me of. Is like,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, that's totally what that looks like. It's
And
just
especially
old
in the
blood
stripes
stains
here
that-
on his like tunic.
Okay, yes. Yeah, because this looks like a different color than his. Completely.
Yeah. Because they both have like the pattern piece, but then Dane's are white and it looks like a reddish, brownish color in this particular image on Padan Fain. They're obviously doing some things with color in this image, so I wouldn't say anybody should assume that the colors in the poster are
That we're
exactly what we'll see in the show.
Yeah, for
even
sure.
with Liandrin.
That's poster 1, group poster 1.
So that
And
is
she's got-
not the same poster outfit.
Not at all, but she's
That's
still
the
got the
one
high
that-
collar and
Still got the high
horns.
collar and the shoulder, frankly.
Yes.
And this is the textile that I think I mentioned one of the other times we spoke, where I felt like it was like moonlight in shadows.
Yeah.
And see how the silver kind of glows and looks like ripples on the water of like, if you've ever seen moonlight on really still water, but you can see the texture of the water is still moving. That's what it reminds me of.
That's fully what it looks like, yeah. And it still cracks, like she's literally wearing like these lapels.
She's horny for the dragon.
Yes. Well, I was thinking more Maleficent type horns, but yes.
Yes, I know, but it's horny for the dragon. Let's be real.
Yes, that is very, very true. Yes.
Oh, Lanfear.
Oh, it does, though. You're right. It does look like moonlight on water for sure. Then she's in her Celine outfit in a Gwaine spot.
Oh, that is a grain spot. I thought that was from like the ill-considered camping trip.
No,
No, that is their spot. Oh my gosh.
And it's him in the jacket, like his season 1
Rand,
jacket.
you absolute dipshit.
Well, I think Lanfear's doing this. I
That's
fully
fair,
think
but
Lanfear's
the
doing this.
spot is Rand, and she got it from him.
True. But I feel like, based on this shot specifically, that
Yeah.
she has shoved herself in his dreams.
Oh, she's for sure shoved her way in. No
Yes.
ifs, ands, or buts. And that's where I think of that "do you love her" line,
Yeah.
and Egwene learning to walk through dreams too. Like, awkward.
Yep.
Because I
okay.
could totally see Lanfear doing this just to mess with Egwene.
Yes. Like, I would imagine, like, she's looking away, so maybe Egwene is standing
Back
off
there.
to the
I mean,
side.
let's be real.
Yeah.
That is the exact level of petty bitch we expect of Lanfear.
Yes. Like, look who I'm sucking face with.
Right.
Yeah.
I took your PDA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. This is in my Lanfear folder, even though it's Rand, because... Is that Lanfear? It's got the
could be,
silhouette
but I
of the
don't
dress.
think I don't think it
You
is.
don't
I
think so?
think the silhouette is very similar, but if we look at the background, there's two people with red hair right there behind.
Yeah, those I'm
Rand.
assuming are Aiel, yeah.
Yeah, the ancient Aiel.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that that's one of them too, because if you look at the two redheads, we see the gray piece and then the darker piece on the bottom.
Oh, okay.
I think that's just a longer version of that, so possibly like a woman's version of that, if they're doing the whole gender binary thing.
Because I was trying to be all like, is that her? I don't know.
So I think that we're going to see that a lot of the silhouettes may be very similar to what we've
maybe
seen
that's-
Lanfear in, because
Okay, yeah.
like
Age of
her
Legends.
silhouette is of the Age of Legends, right? And we might see some glimpses. Oh, look at the tiny tree at the
I know. That's a little chora tree.
Oh,
Yep, that's a little outfit disorder. Okay. This again, I think we've seen, but this is excellent resolution.
What the heck is Nynaeve wearing? Oh my god.
Oh, you didn't see this? You didn't see this
I've
before?
seen this in this resolution.
Oh, yeah. This is all of, I'm assuming this is from a Flicker.
I've seen it. I just hadn't seen this level of resolution. Oh my goodness.
It's red.
Wow.
Egwene. Nynaeve looks
Nynaeve?
fabulous.
Yeah, that's a choice there, huh?
Yep. It's just like, look at all of them. It's so good. And then just Moggy in the background. Ooh, this is what Moggy's wearing in the poster.
And look how much that looks like a hard carapace.
Yes, it totally does look like a hard carapace. Ah, you're right. I saw somebody talk about this shot, about specifically Nynaeve, and they're like, yeah, even when Nynaeve becomes a Forsaken, she's like, I'm from the Two Rivers. I will have my braid. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Although she has 3 braids, but still.
At least 3, yeah.
Yeah. This outfit.
And look at all of the metal on Egwene's mouth. That freaks me out after what she went through last season.
Yeah. This is one of those outfits that if you described it to me, I would go, oh, that would look terrible. And then I see it, I'm like, oh, okay, never mind.
That would look terrible on me. On her, it looks fabulous.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, Matt,
I don't have the self-confidence for that outfit. Thank you.
Got a dagger. Yeah, the resolution is better in this. Like, these are the high-res shots from the trailer. So
they took them all shopping at Goths R Us.
They did. They did. All right, I'm gonna do the.
That is that 30s dress that we saw her in, I think.
It is, yeah.
It for sure is, for sure.
Yeah.
100%. I recognize the structure.
Yes. And it's like leather. Like, it's like leather. I don't know what to call it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's actually silk.
Oh.
Based on the reflection.
Okay.
Because leather wouldn't flow like that. It could also be like a polyester. I mean, there's a very metallic element to it.
Synthetic is what I'm trying to say, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. And I love, again, the way that it goes silver when you get the light. Like, again, this is moonlight on darkness. It's the daughter of the night.
Night. And then there it is again.
And here it's the daughter of the Moraine goes night-night.
Yes. Yes, exactly. But yeah, see, these are in spinny shots, right? Both of these things are in spinny shots. And so I'm imagining that she has seen herself in this outfit get killed by this lady lots and lots of times. So when it's time for what she believes, which I'm still at like 60%, she doesn't die this season, that'll be later. But what she believes is her final showdown, she dons this outfit going, yes, okay, I'm going to wear.
I mean, that would be very Moraine drama dead.
Yes, it would. It totally would.
I'm going to the tailor and I'm ordering my death outfit because I looked awesome.
Yes, exactly. Now, okay.
Oh, that must be her during the Age of Legends.
Thank you. Yes, I was going to say, everybody, including myself, the second we saw this was like, that's not Lanfear, that's Moiraine. And I wanted to ask you, are we crazy or are we right? I'm pretty sure.
And I love that they chose to put her in the Stark White for that.
Yeah. I'm noticing, though, she's still got the same shoulder shape.
Same shoulder and the high neck and the pointed collar.
Yep. Just not as, well, maybe it's the angle, but the collar is not as
exaggerated.
Yeah.
And it's certainly more covered up. It's not a shiny, super skin tight material.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a soft, like, look at the expression on her face. This is just a softer Lanfear.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would go with this is her in the Age of Legends before she, I accidentally hailed Satan, and I guess I'm just going to stick with this Uber ride with Satan.
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering, like, because I had this thought, and this will come out. My video, I've recorded so many videos in the past week, and it takes me a while to edit them, so I don't know what order things are going to come out in, but I'm wondering if we're going to see some interaction between her and Luce Theron this season that's going to show that they were exes and broke up. Because at the point that she breaks into the board, like, he's married to another woman, but they had been dating prior to that. So
yeah, I could see that. What honestly this shot makes me think of is that she's looking at Rand.
Well, yes. The look on her face here. Not Luz.
The Rancestor. The Rancestor.
Rancestor. Yes. Oh my God. I can't believe nobody's ever said that to me before. Yes, it's Rancestor. But yeah, because the look here is not, she's not looking at somebody she has a lot of emotion towards. That's just
Right.
like a,
Or,
yeah, that's
if she
the,
does, it's like affection.
yeah, it's not, yeah, that's the thought I had from this
It's not
as well.
passion.
No, that's the word. Yeah, it's not passion. Okay, I feel even more confident. I was like 90, I was at like 95. This is Mira, not Lanfear. But with you, you've bumped me
Well,
up
and the
to
other thing that
100.
would be fascinating if the show does choose to put her Age of Legends pre-evil self in the white and then
Mhm.
present Lanfear in the darkness, what it tells us, if we extrapolate from that, is that when we saw her in all stark white in the books, particularly when we first meet her in the books, right? She's pretending to be what she used to be.
She's pretending to be Moraine because
there.
that's when he was in love with her.
And
Oh,
also because he's
interesting.
like a horny 17-year-old moron.
Yeah. I mean, I've said this a bajillion times, but watching season 2 made me the amount of times I was like, I need to go back and apologize to Randall.
Yeah. I get it now.
I get it now. Because I wanted to slap you
understand.
so much.
Still feel like it was a bad choice,
Yes.
but I understand the bad choice.
You want to know something funny? My sister read The Great Hunt after having watched season 2. So she knew who Celine was and who Lanfear was.
Oh.
And she didn't recognize her in the books because she found her so annoying. She's like, who is this woman? You left her in the show.
See, I had only read, or I had only seen season 1, and then I read all the books between season 1 and season 2. And
Yeah.
I immediately assumed that it was Lanfear who was mentioned in the show.
Oh, I immediately assumed, like, I didn't realize until I joined the fandom that Celine was supposed to be a mystery. Because I was like, the second she showed up, like, we already talked about. Yeah, I don't know. But, like, they talk about the daughter of the night. Oh, Lanfear's escaped. And then this mysterious woman shows up and is like, ooh, I'm going to boobily boob at you.
It couldn't be more obvious if she had a neon sign following her around and, like, a marching band.
I know. It's just like,
no.
But
no, that is not a mystery to anybody but Rand. And maybe Matt. And maybe Taryn.
Yes.
But mostly Matt. And definitely Rand.
But apparently some people didn't know, and I was like, okay, I guess.
How? Well, okay.
I don't know.
I gotta take a step back. I read the books as an adult.
That's true.
I was not a sack of loosely contained hormones.
I mean, I was in my 20s, but still. I was in my 20s. I was a closeted girl in my 20s, so, you know.
Fair.
But,
no,
okay.
that, I'm sorry, that was not a mystery.
No.
Okay, that is the most Matt face ever. I'm sorry.
It really is, isn't it? It's so
just
good.
a smug SOB over a mug. It's Matt.
Yep.
Wrap
it's
it.
the
We're
best
good.
Matt shot. Yep. We cast him correctly. So, okay, now we can see this outfit more.
I love that he's in blue and brown.
Yeah.
Because he's an associate of both Moraine, as we've seen in the show, but in the books, he's also strongly associated with a certain brown.
Yes, that is true. It's kind of
also
leafy...
very, very not Two Rivers, right? Like,
yeah, no, very
Rivers.
not. Yeah, very not.
This is the start of Matt as Lord Nancy Pants.
Indeed. Yeah, and I think this is him in Tarvalon. Like, this is...
I think so, yeah.
Okay, there you have it. This is part 2 of this costume discussion. There might be 1 or 2 more, depending on how I end up breaking up the next part of this. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on these costumes in the comments below. If you like my content and you want to support me, I also have a Patreon that is linked in the description below. To my patrons, as always, thank you so much for your continued support. This is possible because of you. Literally keeping the lights on. Thank you. And with that, I'm going to end this here. So please like, subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.